a lovely afternoon for everybody who's tuning in and joining us right here on the Root Talk Show. Welcome to all the viewers who are coming here to join us. So today I am humbled to have very important guests, very good guests, some faces that are very familiar to some of you here and some that are not, but I'm always glad to let you people meet people. So today we're looking at an amazing topic that is talking about the key strategies that young people can use to adhere to HIV treatment and achieve viral load suppression. So with that topic, allow me to let our people, our guests, introduce themselves right now. So guys, you can introduce yourselves to the people.
Hi Malungo, and hi to our lovely viewers today on the Real Talk Show. And today I'm a guest. I'm a community facilitator from the youth platform. You guys know me as a host here on the Real Talk Show. But today, hey Malungo, you're hosting us.
I've stolen your job right now. Okay, so
Exactly,
I can see
Malungo.
today you're sharing a camera with somebody. Can you please introduce
Yes,
yourself before we start speculating?
I'm with my colleague Malungo.
Thank you so much, Malungo. My name is Namakam Shalala. I'm a community facilitator at the youth platform.
All
Yes,
right,
Malungo.
nice. We can have another introduction.
Hi everyone, I hope I'm audible enough. Good afternoon to whoever you are listening
Yes, you
us
are.
from and watching us from. My name is Muzwanjile. I'm the director for Lat Human Rights Foundation. I'm excited to be part of the show. Very interesting space. So my organization works with communities on HIV advocacy as well as fundamental human rights discussions. So I'm happy to be here
Okay, I
and
think we had
participate
some
in the
technical
conversation.
issues there. Oh, okay. Muzu, we almost lost you for a minute, but I'm glad that you are back. Oswald, you can please introduce yourself to the viewers out there. They are so eager to know who you are. Oh no, we still have technical issues.
Thank you very
So
much.
we
Thank you very
will
much. I don't
continue
know
with
if
the
I'm very
show.
audible. My name is Oswald Senga.
Okay,
I'm
yeah, you're back now.
the director for Phenomenal Youth Association. Okay,
Oswald, are you still with
I
us?
got lost there. So I'm the director for Phenomenal Youth Association, a youth-led organization dealing with young people living with HIV. We help them with acceptance, adherence, and of just positive living in a nutshell.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Oswald, for that one. So we'll dive right into the topic. Brian, as you have told us, or as we have seen, you are a community facilitator in Batoka community area for the YCAP project. So as the facilitator, a community facilitator in that area, can you describe the specific activities that you have implemented as the facilitator to the young people in retaining HIV care and improving adherence to treatment?
Thank you so much, Malungo, for that lovely question. First of all, I would love to say that the project, the Youth Prevention Advocacy Campaign project, has been going well in Batoka. We have quite a number of young people living with HIV. So at first, we had challenges in bringing them to form a support group because of stigma around HIV and just among young people, even in accessing health services. So first of all, what we did when we interviewed some of them, it was why they're not coming to the support group that we established, is that some of them were saying they have their parents actually refused them to come to the support group. So what did we do? We engaged the community. We called those parents of these young people that are living with HIV. We had a meeting with them.
We just lost Brian for a bit. I hope he joins. Okay.
Yes, Malongo. So we met with them. We discussed why is it that they are not allowing the children to come for the support group. And having had that dialogue meeting with the parents, I think the response now is good. Young people are coming through. They're discussing those issues. You and I, Malongo, believe that when you meet a fellow young person, especially if you're a young person living with HIV, you meet a fellow young person living with HIV, you get to understand that there are such conversations that you share because you understand each other at that level, and therefore also has helped in the viral road suppression of the young people because they teach each other what to do or what not to do. I think with those other activities that we've been doing other than the support group, we've been doing the interactive sessions in schools where we use the life skills approach to address stigma, to address HIV prevention, and also Malungo, the project just itself has been good, and I must say young people are coming through and we're supporting. Thank you so much, Malungo. Hope I didn't take much time, Malungo.
No, no, we like the data. We like the data. At the Real Talk Show, we like it when people give us all the information that we like. I think I would love
Yes,
to throw
Malungo.
that question to Namakau as well, seeing how you're a community facilitator as well, though in Champande community, and you guys are facilitating the same project. So in Champande, what
Yes.
key activities have you led as part of YCAP project to promote adherence to HIV treatment among us young people?
Okay, thank you so much, Malungo. So for Champagne Clinic, we have a support group that meets on Saturday. So we used to meet during the week, but due to those that go to school, we changed it to Saturday. So we usually meet on Saturday at 14 hours, where we discuss different topics, and it's mainly the peer educators and the young people. So we always meet with the people living with HIV, where we have different activities, interactive sessions, where we discuss different topics, goal setting, negotiation skills, how they should negotiate for safer sex, and the goals that they've set for themselves. How are they taking the drugs? Are they adhering to the drugs or not? Those are some of the activities that we're doing at Champande Clinic.
That's actually nice. I like the initiative that you brought of taking some activities from the weekday and bringing them to the weekend, because I do understand a lot of young people are going into schools during this time, but at least you people have provided a platform for them to come forward. I think that was a very great initiative. I hope, Brian, you're also doing the same for your
Yes,
area, because the Champanda
yes,
area has
yes.
really made me proud right now.
Yes, Malungo. I even forgot to mention that we also have an activity which we call the weekend clinic, where we provide the services in collaboration with the health facility, for example, Patoka Rural Health Center. So I'm working hand in hand with the facility staff, nurses on the weekend conduct the outreach, the
Yeah.
weekend clinics where young people come to access the services. Is it PrEP? Is it HIV testing? Is it PEP? And also just information. You and I, Malungo, understand that most of these young people lack the accurate information with regards to HIV prevention, especially on drugs like PrEP and PEP. So we provide those services in the community on weekends when the young people are not in school, when they are home. So that's what we also do under this project, Malungo.
All right. Nice, nice, nice. So I'm back to Henry. Henry. I know that's not the name that you like, but I like using that name because that's your professional name. Is this still with us?
I'm still
Okay.
here, and I think I can see you like to fight. I'm here anyway.
Yeah. So I do understand that you are the
Yeah.
founder of the Lato Human Rights Foundation. So how does your work at the foundation interest with supporting young people in adhering to HIV treatment and achieving their viral load suppression?
Great. Thanks, Malongo, for the question. And I was really enjoying seeing Namaka and Brian sharing the innovative
Yeah.
work that they're doing in problem solving. That was so exciting. Yeah.
Thank
So
you,
yes, I'm very
Henry.
privileged to be part of the show today. To just share the work that Latu is doing. So Latu Human Rights Foundation. So Latu stands for our in English, which is our rights. If we're going to use the word in English, that would be our Human Rights Foundation. So we came up with this
Okay.
initiative basically to complement the effort of Ministry of Health to mitigate the challenge on HIV for the communities. So our approach was pretty much almost similar to the one that Namaka and Bran has shared. Though for ours was where we went
Yeah.
to the communities and created the community center which we called a wellness center where services are being provided. So the wellness center is really acting like a satellite facility where services are conveniently provided to the communities in the community. So our affiliation is we are operating with what we call a mother facility. This is a clinic that is providing technical oversight to our satellite clinic, and then also they send in their healthcare staff to help us with managing the clients that are coming in for HIV testing, as well as receiving either PrEP services or ART services, as well as a hub where people are collecting condoms and other services for sexual reproductive health. So the setup of the wellness center is such that you've used an entertainment approach, where when you come there, it is not giving you the face of the clinic per se, but then it is filled up with different facilities such as sports. So you have some of the um, facilities for pool table. We have some of the facilities for chess boards. We have some of the facilities for a netball ground as well as a football ground where communities can just come and participate in those activities at the same time also accessing the healthcare services. So we also do have some kind of competitions, sports competition where the clients will compete amongst themselves and would award the best player for that moment. And that way it has been used as a way of mobilizing communities to come and access services in our wellness centers. So I think starting from 2022 and now, we've reached over to 1,210 young people with prevention information, and we also have a good number of them, I think up to 200 and so on, that has tested for HIV. And we have about 47 that have been put on treatment, and some of them that have been put on PrEP services. So we've seen that this model for us, it has actually worked because it is number one, complementing the effort of Ministry of Health, and whatever we are doing is very much in sync with what the ministry is actually doing. And the only thing that we've done is just complement the effort in making sure that we take the services where they are most needed and within the communities. Over.
Wow. I think firstly, when can I also join the competitions? Because I hear their prices. I like prices.
I
I think
also
we are
want
the
to
root,
join.
the root of competition, hey?
You've actually brought a very good way of mobilizing, because trust me, you have mobilized me right now. I want to come and compete. But those are
Very
very,
exciting.
yeah, but those are very good work that they're doing. And trust me, I like the fact that you've exhausted the second question I had for you, because I wanted to ask you, what approaches are you using? Seeing how you people are human right based, what approaches do you use as a foundation to advocate for better access and adherence of HIV care amongst the youth? So I noticed that you touched some of those approaches that you're using, unless there's anything else that you didn't mention that you would like to tell us.
Yeah, sure. So I think the best approach is, so one thing that we've done is so beyond HIV services, one thing that is attractive for young people. I think one interesting thing about young people is you need to be very creative to really bring them up to scale. So you cannot use the same approach over and over, otherwise they get bored and they stop coming. So yes, I talked about the entertainment that we've integrated into our service provision. However, we've also been recognizing that there's some of the economic challenges that the young people face. I think Brian was talking about, the need to empower young people, to be able to have skills and be able to mitigate for their own challenges. I think similarly, we've come up with an economic empowerment program where we are providing basic skills to the young people. Like, for example, in basic chicken smoking, we are providing the training in Agriculture 101. We are providing training in cake baking, as well as chicken rearing services. So when you come to the facility, we have what we call a demo plot. So you'll be able to actually see these activities practically being applied there. And so that has also been attractive for the young people. So for the ones that want to come for entertainment, the facility is available. For those that wants to get skills training, it is also available for them, and all these services are for free. So those are some of the best approaches that we've been able to use for young people. And then we've also realized that clients retention or retaining the clients that are on treatment has also been a bit challenging because some of them will be scared to meet with others. So what we did, we formed what we call support groups. And these support groups, we've not singled out to say this is an ART support group, group, this is the PrEP support group. No, we've combined all of them. And when they come in, we're able to tackle both topics on the ones that are on ART and the ones that are on PrEP. And that we've seen that it has reduced the stigma and discrimination. And then we've also been using the HIV self-testing approach where when one client comes to test and then they've got partners, would offer to say, do you have more partners that would like to collect the HIV kits? So we've not restricted to giving a client one test kit because it is me who came. Because the moment you're going to say, why Maung, are you getting two? Are you seeing two people? That message in it so becomes a little bit discriminatory. So when I say give me five, because I know where the five are going.
I like the inclusivity there. I like the inclusivity there. If I tell you give me 10, give me 10. I know where the 10 are going. Also, Oswald, welcome back.
Yeah.
Thank
I
you
hope
very
you're still
much.
with us because I noticed, okay, because you were missing in action. I had questions for you, but you were missing in action. So I was like, let me wait for him. But I'm glad that you
Oh,
are back.
Mhm.
Yeah. So from your introduction, I think you made mention that you're the executive director of Phenomenal Youth Associations. How are young people generally responding to the strategies of HIV treatment and viral load suppression, according to your works and what you do?
I think young people are understanding and accepting that there are different types of methods and ways where they can prevent themselves from contracting HIV and maintaining their HIV negative status. We have measures like PEP and PrEP. We have condoms. These preferences makes them to have sound decisions, which prevention measure is suitable for them. Um, it's been a great experience dealing with young people because now they have vast information where they can just choose. They have a variety of information that they can use to protect and inform themselves, and it prompts them to make sound decisions. In the organization, we believe that it's one's responsibility. We say your health, your life, it's your responsibility, no one's responsibility. So, with the vast of different types of prevention measures that there, we have people that prefer taking PEP, and we have people that prefer taking PrEP, and then we have those that comfortable using condoms. So I think with this vast of information and different types of prevention measures, I think we can win the fight against HIV looking at what we have encountered. But then again, there are people that are not having this information, especially those in rural areas where a lot of people do not have TVs. Very few people have good phones or smartphones where they can have access to this vital information on HIV and how they can prevent. Because when we are looking at how HIV is spread, we are in 2025 now, and it should be taboo, or we are not supposed to have any of the women giving birth to HIV positive children, of which sadly we are still struggling in that aspect because we are still having babies being born positive. Now you might wonder, is it the information that is not reaching these people? But then again,
Yeah.
we've identified that uh, majority of the women who get pregnant are afraid of being identified or knowing their HIV statuses with different types of reasons. We have those who just get fined because of the pregnancy and because of the mandatory testing for any pregnant woman. They get to discover that they're HIV positive. Some of them decide not to even take ARVs. Now, when you look at that, it's exposing already the child, the unborn child, because when a woman gets pregnant, they are supposed to ensure that one, they attain undetectable viral load, maintain adherence. That way, it prevents the mother in transmitting the virus to the baby. But we have those that are just, I would use the word selfish, or because of trying to protect um, their situations, or maybe they do not want to let go of the loved one, or maybe they know that once I share or disclose my HIV status, then my partner will go away. But then again, we need to look at the positive side. We're talking about preventions where we have in PEP, we have in PrEP, meaning if one decides to take PrEP, if they are in a discordant couple, then that person will prevent their partner from being exposed to HIV. The partner can start PrEP. Then, if there are those that get to find themselves in different situations where they were exposed to HIV, be in an accident or through sexual activities, we get to see how they get to use PEP, which is a good thing. Then we also have those people who prefer condoms to PEP and PrEP. So with that, as an organization, it's been overwhelming because majority of the challenges that we're having, it is disclosure. And when we have a lot of people that are not disclosing their HIV statuses, and then in the process, they are not even protecting their partners, their HIV negative partners, or their HIV positive partners with reinfections, we have those challenges with disclosure. And if you do not disclose, you are exposing your partner to becoming HIV positive as well.
So I think driving on what I like the point where you mentioned taking their medication, or some don't even know, some don't test. I think I'll take this question to Henry, because I really want to know what exactly do you think causes that? Is it that people just don't know, people don't have enough information, or maybe it's just ignorance or negligence? What do you think causes expecting mothers to behave in such a manner? Can you hear me?
Thank you. I hope I got the question right. So you're saying what causes the mothers to do what?
To behave in such a manner, because as Oswald was explaining, he mentioned some transmissions taking place between mother and baby, especially when they are pregnant, and this is usually because some don't take medication, some just don't test and they don't know. What do you think causes that? Is it that people don't have the data, or maybe they are just being negligent about it?
Great. Thank you so much for that. So I'm glad to hear that Oswald has spoken to that. And for me, that's already what we should call the problem identification. So if we are not seeing a good number of women, and in this regard, I think we are also referring to the young women or young mothers, that could have been, impregnated maybe at school or maybe just in the communities. And sometimes it comes with so many challenges because if their economic situation is compromised, you'd find that they indulge in activities that become risky for them. So I cannot necessarily say I'd place a blame on the vice or the activities they're involving themselves in. For me, that presents really an opportunity for us to really check when we are developing programs or activities to provide information within communities. Are we considerate of all the beneficiaries? Because we don't have to leave anyone behind. So the way we package information matters. And also one thing that I've noted, especially in this generation of our young people, there's a lot of English being spoken. So now the question is that when we're advancing in speaking English, whether we're discussing prevention or sexual productive health, are we considerate of the other people that may not really understand or speak English? Because that in itself might be a barrier why information is not reaching up to them. Then, secondly, we need to address the structural barriers that people are facing within facilities. We talk about age of access, that is very crucial as a serious consideration to extend services to the young people. When the young people go to the facilities to go and access services, especially the girl child, I would imagine that they'll be highly stigmatized for her just going to ask for a condom or even being in a possession of a condom. So, because of those traditional contexts, sometimes cultural, and all those other values that we try to attach to access to services, become a very serious barrier, especially on the girl child, for them to access services. So, for me, I wouldn't really place a blame, but for me to identify this as an opportunity that when we are packaging our intervention, starting with the language itself, are we flexible to interpret prevention in Bemba? Are we flexible to interpret prevention in Nyanja? And many other languages that communities can actually understand. And even as we are designing those programs, are we designing them on behalf of, or we are working closely with the beneficiaries to design programs that are going to be beneficial for them? Also, I talked about PrEP, pre-exposure prophylaxis, and he talked about post-exposure prophylaxis. How do you unpack that information in Bemba for someone to really understand? And how do we demedicalize the intervention so that it's not a clinical kind of approach, but make it friendly for a person to be convinced that this is for my own benefit. Now that I'm sexually active, whether I'm a mother or I'm going to be a mother or I'm just sexually active, I really need to be on these interventions, and these interventions are available free of charge. So whenever there's emerging information on prevention, they act for me, or the call to action for me is that let's unpack information to the level of community. Let's be considerate on language. Let us address the structural barriers that are expand more sessions to the level of community. Let's expand more sessions to the level of community. Let's unpack information to the level of community. Let's unpack information to the level of community.
Is this still with us or we lost him? Okay, I think we lost him right there. Brian, are you still with us? I think we are losing everybody at this point. So it's just hello. Can anybody hear me? Oswald, Brian, Namakau, are you people still with me?
I can hear you. I can hear you. I'm here.
Okay, so while we're just waiting for the internet to just get stable, let's not forget that we are looking at the topic that's talking about the key strategies that young people can use to adhere to HIV treatment and achieve viral load suppression. And I would love to make mention that this episode was brought to you as the White Cup and also supported by okay, so I Oswald, can you hear me?
Yes,
Brian, can you hear me?
I can hear you now. I lost you for a second.
Okay. I think I lost everybody for a second. All of you just disappeared. So Oswald, as the executive director at the Phenomenon Youth Association, what practical tips would you offer young people struggling with adherence? And yeah, based on your experiences
Yes, Wanongo.
at your association. Yeah. So what tips would you offer to those people who are struggling with adherence?
Well, my first tip is to say truly that it's your health, it's your life, and it is your responsibility to ensure that you have a good life. Uh, as an individual, you need to be at your top best because your health is your best wealth that you can have. So adherence to HIV treatment is very important because if you do not adhere to treatment, then you are exposing yourself to a lot of opportunistic infections that in the process will eventually get to turn into HIV will blossom into AIDS, and it's a very dangerous. We are in 2025, we are not supposed to be having any cases of uh, AIDS-related issues or AIDS-related infections and all. We are supposed to ensure that we adhere to treatment, attain undetectable viral load, and maintain it. Because if you are undetectable, you are good. You are not
They are
healed. You are not
transmittable.
cured. No. But if you are undetectable meaning we say U equals you. Undetectable equals to untransmittable. When one is undetectable, then they cannot even have opportunistic infections, which are very dangerous to your immune system. I like to give this example to anybody's body. You should look at your body like it's a bank. When you look at the bank, it has security protection like 24/7. Our security are our ARVs. Imagine this bank, your bank does not have security, meaning you are not adherent to treatment, meaning you are exposing your money, which is your body, to thieves. And then if thieves get to know that there isn't routine and maintained security at the bank, then definitely we are going to have a robbery, a bank robbery, and the whole money will be gone. So now we will come to our bodies. If we if we say you are taking your ARV at 19 hours, you should maintain at that particular time. That is adherence. If you take in the morning, you maintain that same time so that the security in your body maintains its routine. But the challenges that we're having is I think there's lack of consistency in how we are taking taking good care of our bodies, mainly maybe to peer pressure, mainly because our friends, our families, our family members, maybe even the community talk negatively about HIV or anybody that is living with HIV. Already you can imagine if it's a household, then the mother or the father or even the sisters or uncles, you are there and you hear them talking negatively about somebody that disclosed their HIV status. The first thing that will kick in your mind is, why will I even say anything about my HIV status? Because there is that insecurity of there is no privacy, or uh, there is lack of what term can I use? Uh, you're not even sure if you can disclose your HIV status. Now imagine you start now avoiding taking your drugs because now you are with family or cousins almost the whole time. So instead of you being noticed that you have a bottle of drugs, of ARV drugs, you decide to not to take your mates because now you are avoiding stigma and you are avoiding the discrimination that is associated with being HIV positive. When you look at that stand, it has created a lot of uh, division among family members in relating to HIV, because now you cannot freely disclose your HIV status to your sibling, to your cousins or your father because of how they will look at you, because you know that I will no longer be the same person that they see. There will be something that is very different.
Yeah.
We have a lot of these cases of people in boarding schools. They're having challenges with adherence, mainly because of what the peers are talking about or what they say about people living with HIV. Now, in the process of you not being identified as a person living with HIV, so that you're able to receive support with adherence and positive living, you start avoiding taking your drugs because anyone that sees the bottle, you'll be the laughing stock of the household or the community, which is very dangerous to people who are living with HIV because now there is no support. And if there is no support, it is very challenging because now this person is HIV positive. There is lack of adherence, and then the HIV in the body has kept on multiplying and multiplying. And then on top of that, there isn't even any disclosure. Let's say now this person is even in a relationship. Maybe the boyfriend or the husband or the fiancé is not even aware of the partner's HIV status. What will happen? There will be new infections. If the partner is positive, there will be new reinfections in the body, which is making the whole fight a bit challenging because it's like you are closing the tap, but still there's those leakages that are coming through. If you put a bucket to that tap, you realize that by the end of the day, the bucket is full. Now, we are talking about adherence. It is very important to adhere to your treatment, your health, your life, your responsibility. It's not the end of the road if you are discovered that you are HIV positive. These days, you cannot even tell by looking that, oh, that person is HIV positive. Unless you decide not to adhere to treatment, then definitely we will know that that health concern, it's related to HIV issues, because now people will start talking. Instead of them saying, oh, is HIV positive, they'll start laughing now. People no longer look like that. Why is that person letting himself or herself look like that? You cannot tell by looking at in this hair, in this time where the medicine has advanced. We have
Yeah.
ARVs like TOD, which is able to bring down the viral load in a very short period of time. Within 3 months, 6 months, you are undetectable, very undetectable, and you cannot even pass on the HIV virus. When you are undetectable, you
Yeah.
cannot transmit. That's where it's coming in. U equals zero. Undetectable equals to untransmittable. We need to create
Yeah.
a new version, a new face to HIV, because way back in the 80s, the 90s, we used to see on TV a person who is HIV positive laying on bed as a skeleton. These days, people living with HIV are very pretty, six pack. They have very beautiful faces, very beautiful bodies, and they are HIV positive. Now, if we are not careful, we are not uh, taking care of ourselves, we end up exposing others and as ourselves being exposed as well. I say again, adherence is important because you will not be in the vision of you can tell by looking.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. I think you can. I definitely had a question on that, but I'm very glad that you just covered that question for me. Why does it look like everyone has dropped right now? I hope people are still here with me.
Can you see me, Malungo?
Okay, hello, can you all hear me?
Yeah, the network is really acted up
Yes, yes,
today.
I can hear you.
Well, Brian, hear me? Okay, all of you. This question was going to Latu Human Rights Foundation. I just wanted to know, how do you collaborate with communities or other organizations through your foundation to promote strategies for long-term adherence and viral suppression in the youth? How do you collaborate with these people?
Yes,
Great.
yes, Malongo, we can hear you.
Yeah, Malungo, just confirm if you can hear me.
Yes, I
Malungo,
can
just
hear
confirm if
you,
Muzu, are you able
Muzu.
to hear me?
okay, now I can hear also
Yes,
at Namako, just confirm
Muzu,
if you
I
can hear
can hear
me.
you.
Okay, great. Yes, so I think so the strategy that LAT uses to collaborate with other organizations to promote adherence or health promotion in general for young people. Number one is we have the social media platform where we post information on any aspects to do with HIV and sexual reproductive health. So one of the things that we've done, we know that we do create our own content to post on our page, but what we've done is we also recognize
Yes, Muzu,
efforts from other organizations.
we can hear you.
So, for example, if we have the youth platform, which has created some campaigns
Can everybody hear me? Oswald, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, I think we lost Muzu there for a bit. And yeah, so I had one last question for you. I liked how you brought about all these issues to do with stigma and whatnot. So, what advice can you give? What advice can you give to the youth out there who are facing this stigma, just so they can move on and just live a happy life and manage the stigma that's around them? What advice can you give to them?
Okay, that's a very good question. Um, Firstly, I think I can say that there's nothing different about you. You're still the same person. Uh, you need to have the same goals that you had before you discovered that you're living with HIV. Nothing has changed about you.
Yeah.
You've only discovered that there's something foreign in your body system, of which you can even win because you can have it under control if you are adhering to treatment. Um, you
Yeah.
can achieve all your dreams. Those aiming to be doctors, you can do that. Nurses, pilots, teachers, lawyers, and everything that you set your own mind. What is important is just having a very positive attitude. As much as we are having the world that is having so much stigma and discrimination, it is very, very difficult to uh, to maintain positivity because we are surrounded by a lot of negativity, and you need to focus on yourself uh, in order to help the body to do its work. But you need to do the work for yourself in order for the body to give the products, the good health. It's entirely up to you. Uh, have that vision, have that focus. You can realize all your dreams, and there's nothing that is different about you. The other thing I can say is, the greatest thing that has really killed a lot of people is looking at your dreams or your vision and say, I will not achieve that because you are living with HIV. The vision of the organization is HIV diagnosis is not a death sentence, but a way of starting over life on a new note. And it is just straightforward like that because even if you are living with HIV, you can do anything that you want. You can have children. If you feel like if since you are tested positive, you cannot have children, you can have children. You can have a lot of children. What is important is you adhering to your treatment and let the body give its results if you are being faithful to yourself. Um, the other thing, stick to one partner, one sexual partner, because if you are engaging yourself in a lot of sexual activities with different types of partners, you are now bringing in reinfections. You might not know if that person that you are sleeping with, or those 10 people that you are sleeping with, maybe 7 of them are HIV positive. Maybe some of those 7, there is maybe 3 or 5 who are not even adherent to treatment if they are on treatment, meaning they are living a reckless life and you are part of that. In the process, there will be reinfections, over infections. In the process, you are killing yourself slowly. Adhere to your treatment, stay positive. We have a lot of stigma, yes, but that's not the reason why you should stop adhering to your treatment. And
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
health, your life, your responsibility. Take that step.
Okay. Thank you so much, Oswald. I think that was very good advice to people who are facing stigma. Brian and Namakau, you keep dropping and coming off actually enjoyed and got a lot of information from these
The
experts.
network Malongo is failing us today.
I have seen, but luckily you had us help to keep the conversation going and give very good advice to the people out there. So, as you know, right now that's a wrap for the Root Talk Show, and we've come to the end of the episode for today. It was a very good conversation, and I hope people really enjoyed and learned a lot when it comes to do with adherence, those people living with HIV and AIDS, and also viral load suppression. But for today, from me and the guests right here is bye bye.